Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend DG Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, host of a Totally Turtle Sports and Gaming YouTube channel, and you're listening to the Case and Lunatics Podcast Network.
Batman, my favorite character.
That's right, kids. Welcome back to the... Oh, nice. Welcome back to the Southern Hemisphere's favorite Batman show. We're the Batman Podcast. That's right. I am Phil, and it is the end of the month, so while the Wolf is away, Justin is here to play.
That's right. It's Justin the Owl swooping on into Gotham.
Yes. And again, we're going to hear talk more Jean-Paul Valley. Welcome, Noel. Tonight we're covering Batman Shadow of the Bat 19 and 20 for the Knightquest, the Crusade.
The Tallyman.
That's right. See, I want to get one of those Azraels like you have. Like Will got me the 2-pack, the Batman versus Azrael, but the Azrael.
Oh yeah.
Black or like a really dark blue. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a more modern Azrael, but yeah, I want that 90s Azrael.
It's a cool one. I saw too. There's another one that's like the medieval armor, and he has the sword as well. And I was contemplating getting that one too.
They should do like either like the regular figures or like a 5-pack of like the Funkos. You ever see those before?
Oh yes, yeah, the 5-pack.
Do like his Azrael suit, his Batman suit, his Azrael Agent of the Bats.
Yes. Yeah, he actually had several different costumes over the years.
Mm-hmm. I remember, was it Lilith or someone was saying that Agent of the Bat suit looks like something from like Image Comics or something, like.
Yeah, definitely.
Wildcats or something.
Yeah, Wildcats. Stormwatch.
Exactly. All right. So let's see. I was gonna say, besides comics, I don't know if we have any big Batman news.
No, not really. No. Wasn't there a glimpse of the Batgirl? Something to do with the Batgirl production.
I think they showed like the final suit or something.
Was it the costume?
Yeah. DC. Warners.
What are you folks doing over there?
Again, Lilith Hellfire is willing to swoop in and enact a hostile takeover.
I'll help. I'll be the assistant. I'll do whatever they need.
Oh, yeah.
Fix it. Yeah. Yeah, Phil and I were just talking over on Marvel Tales about how all of these Marvel films are coming out, and DC can't even manage to get one Flash movie out the gate. They can't they can't manage to find one beautiful woman to put in the Wonder Woman role for an amazing story. I can't.
That's why I'm not clamoring too hard for a Nightwing movie, because I'd rather wait for a good one.
Yeah. How do you feel about Titans?
It's all right. It has its good points. I mean, sometimes I'm waiting to see when the rest of this season comes out, because like in previous seasons, like they'll do a lot of times they'll do Dick Grayson good, then all of a sudden he'll make a stupid mistake at the end of the season, like getting himself thrown in prison or knocking out Superboy. Yeah, just stupid stuff.
Yeah. I have a lot of problems with that show. I think number one was Donna Troy getting killed by a falling streetlight.
Yes.
I think that was when I was kind of like, oh, this is giving me flashbacks of Arrow and certain things that I'd rather not be reminded of.
Oh, did you see that? Did you see that? I've seen a few behind the scenes pictures of Stephen Amell on the set of the final season of The Flash. Yes.
Oh, good.
But
Hopefully we'll get
but
him
he
in
has
with
his
those
shirt.
bars.
He has his shirt on. I don't know. Lilith was telling me he might be out of shape, so he might not be getting topless.
Well, I'll still watch it. Yeah.
It was him. David Ramsey's there too, so we're gonna be getting some Diggle.
Nice. Yeah, I'll watch that. I'll definitely tune in for that.
All right. So, speaking of biscuits, yes, let's get to Jean Paul
Yes.
Valley.
That's right.
Jean Paul.
The Valley of Biscuits.
Oh, nice. You know what I need over on Spidercast. I have a drop when me and Ray do Scarlet Spider of Lilith saying I love Ben Riley. We need to trick Lilith into giving us a drop that says I love Jean Paul Valley.
Yeah.
Or Azrael. I'm not picking,
Yeah.
but I need a Lilith drop.
That's going to be difficult. You're going to have to be very strategic about how to get that.
Or it'd be fun if we just had a drop where you just hear like wrestling papers. She's like, what do you want me to say? Fine. I love Azrael.
Yeah, all dejected sounding.
All defeated.
Oh, fine. I love Azrael.
I'm fine. I love Azrael. You beep. All right. Batman Shadow of the Bat, number 19 from October 1993. The Tally Man, part 1. Writer Alan Grant, who we lost not too long ago.
Yeah.
But this time, penciler and inker Vince Giordano. Colorist Adrian Roy, letterer Todd Klein, and editor Dennis O'Neill.
Oh, Roy.
And editor Denny O'Neill, who kept Azrael alive much longer than he probably would have been.
That's his baby.
100 issues of an ongoing series.
That's wild, right? Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, 90s into the early 2000s. I mean, Superboy, Leather Jacket Superboy got 100 issues.
That's true. They got a lot of mileage out of those 90s characters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Steel didn't get that, but yeah, Superboy, Azrael, they got 100
Azrael. Robin went on for a long time.
Oh,
started around the same time. Even Catwoman went on for quite a while.
I know Catwoman didn't make it to 100. It made it like 92 or 93. It was
close.
But then they rebooted her. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, Tim Drake got like 183 or something issues. Yeah. Then they made him Red Robin. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they got a lot of mileage out of those. Yeah, for as much crap as the 90s got, they definitely continued those series for a long time, and they were good, consistently good.
Oh yeah. All right. Batman thwarts a motorcycle gang in harassing an elderly man. However, he finds himself being more brutal than he intended. Oh, it all starts here.
Uh-oh.
It all starts here. Journey of violence begins here, children.
That's right. And it's all downhill from here.
And he wonders if Bruce Wayne had ever struggled for control over his hatred for injustice. Of course he did. He realizes that unlike Bruce, he doesn't know his own limits and wonders if there is a way to find out who or what he really is beneath all of his masks. Oh, Lord. Across town, one of the few remaining mob bosses in Gotham City, Big Mike Mahoon, celebrates his birthday.
Mahoon.
Hey, yes, kids, it's one of those ironic nicknames because he is a short person. So, when he opens his giant cake, hoping to find a stripper inside, everyone is surprised when a villain called the Tally Man jumps out with guns blazing. And if there's never been an issue with the Punisher like that, there should be.
Absolutely. I feel like that needs to happen.
Gangsters waiting for a stripper to pop out of a cake, and Frank just pops. Not the heavy artillery you're looking for. No silicone, a lot of Teflon.
Happy birthday, Mr. President. I love it. Yeah, that should happen in a Punisher story at some
Yes.
point.
The Tally Man claims he collects debts, but instead of money, he collects lives. Big Mike, his brother Johnny, and Batman are on his list, and when Mike fails to reveal Johnny Mahoon's location, he is killed. Batman sneaks into Gotham New Age Supplies, where he hopes to use some isolation tanks to discover more about who he is. He removes his costume, expecting not to be disturbed, and submerges himself within the tank. Inside, he recalls how his father, a member of the Secret and Sacred Order of Saint Dumas, or Dumbass, has been programming him with something called the System since he was a baby. The system indoctrinated him with all the skills needed to murder and all the roles necessary for obedience. Unfortunately, Jean Paul soon realizes that his father has also implanted a program in his mind that prevents him from learning the truth about himself. Meanwhile, Tallyman tracks down Johnny's girlfriend and learns that Johnny has been sent on a job to Gotham New Age Supplies. Oh, what a coincidence.
Oh, a remarkable coincidence.
At the same time, Johnny arrives there only to find that the Batman is inside one of the isolation tanks out of costume. They shoot the tank full of holes, but when they open it, they find nothing inside. Nearby, Jean-Paul emerges from a different isolation tank. The Tallyman arrives at Gotham New Age Supplies, finding Johnny and his partner battered, bruised, and stuffed inside one of the isolation tanks. When he learns that it was done by the Batman, the Tallyman kills them. Outside, he tracks down Batman and opens fire. All right, so.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Everyone's headed for that Gotham New Age Supply.
Yeah. Sensory deprivation tanks. That was a big deal in the 90s, actually. Probably a lot of people realize that, but those ISO tanks were a big deal for a few years. Everybody was buying those.
Yeah, we have some place open up around here where you could do like the floating, like this. I said something the one day I wanted to try that, and Lilith's like, I guess she tried it because she tries everything, but she was just like, she didn't like it because the water felt too. It was too salty and too textury. It reminded her of something. She's like, nah.
Oh yeah, no.
It's so salty.
If the texture's wrong, then that's going to ruin the whole experience.
I know.
Yeah. Oh God. For me, it would be the claustrophobia thing, being closed in that little tank thing with no light or anything.
Can't see. Yeah.
No. That would go from sensory deprivation to panic attack real quick. Oh. For me, anyway.
Especially someone shooting it full of bullet holes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I love Jean Paul. He's like, Jean Paul. Sorry, no. All right, but the system. He's like, even the system my father implanted made me. I always leave a false trail. Leave the costume by this isolation tank.
Yes. Yeah. Very smart. Yeah, I love that panel with him rising out of the tank, and he looks so angry. He's like, I was having a good time in there, and you guys ruined my bath.
Gritting them teeth.
Yeah. I love too this artist Vince Giorano. What do you think of his stuff, Phil?
I mean, I kind of like it. I mean, it is stylized because like they even have the first page on here when that Batman's breaking up that biker gang. You really see that hand. Like,
super close. Yeah. I had to laugh at some of his pictures of the Tallyman though, because it kind of looks like one of those inflatable those inflatable things that they have by the side of the road to sell used cars and stuff. That's what it reminded me of. Because it's just like this long tube with these two little spindly arms coming off it.
Yeah, it almost like he's wearing almost like a dress. Yeah, you really can't see a lot of leg. Yeah, the arm. He's all super thin. He's got the big top hat.
Yeah, you just see a couple of little arms and this big long body flying around Gotham City.
And of course, it's what was this, 1993? So we had to interrogate the girlfriend in the lingerie.
Oh yes, absolutely. The long flowing hair.
Sleeping in the teddy. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Get him in there.
But yeah, so new Batman faces new villain.
Mm.
Oh my god, it's so funny because yes, Tallyman here is going to think that Jean Paul is Bruce Wayne, but then later he comes back during Prodigal, tracks down Dick Grayson, thinking he's Jean Paul Valley,
Yeah.
or he thinks they're all the same person. But still, it's just like every time he comes back, he thinks he's facing the previous Batman, and he's
He
not.
gets it wrong. Has he appeared beyond this story in that one? I
I
can't
don't
remember.
remember if he did. He's not like a major player. He
Yeah.
might just be like facing the crowd.
Right, a supporting, like a hitman or something. Yeah, I can't remember any other stories with him.
Hold on, let me see. I got a link for this guy. I was gonna say it might.
Yeah, does he? He must have his own
Tallyman.
page.
Yes, this is his first appearance. Oh, it's saying 1986 to 2011. So I don't think he made it past
Oh,
52. So
okay. Yeah.
whoa, 6'6". Whoa.
Oh.
Wait, okay, this is why he looks the way he does. Height 6'6". Weight 134.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense then. 6'6". Wow.
6'6" and 134.
That's wild.
Like an animal.
Yeah.
Ah,
Wild
The-
like an animal.
he eats nothing but ramen noodles.
Oh, okay. Tally again after the Dick Grayson thing. Tallyman was seen eating Two-Face. That's right. He was seen eating Two-Face during the events of No Man's Land.
Oh, right.
And then after a long absence, he was present during the Battle of Metropolis.
Hmm. Okay, and then there was a second Tallyman part of 1 year later.
Yeah.
I don't remember that one.
Okay, so the Battle of Metropolis was an Infinite Crisis. So yeah, pretty much his last appearance looks like it might have been like 2006.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, he appears here. He fights Dick Grayson, and then he shows up in No Man's Land and Infinite Crisis, and that's it.
Yeah.
Can't remember if he's killed or not, but yeah, that's right. I forgot. Yeah, he was working for Two-Face during No Man's Land.
I forgot about that too.
It's like the bailiff or something.
Yeah. That's something weird like that.
Oh my god, yeah, I've been rewatching Night Court because
Oh yes,
Nick and I were talking about it because the new one's starting
the
next
new
week.
show. Yeah.
Forgot how funny that was.
Yeah, that was some good stuff on there.
Yeah, we did the episode the other day. Was it yesterday? Yeah, and we even got feedback from Noel.
Oh, nice.
Uh-huh.
That's impressive.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. Even Loth was like, who do we get feedback from? I'm like, Noel. He's like, oh.
I love it.
All right. So any other thoughts on this one, or should we jump to the
Um,
next one? I mean, this one's a lot of setup.
It is a lot of
Jean
setup.
Paul,
Yeah,
Jean Paul in the tank, or Jean
yeah.
Paul.
I did like that scene visually. I thought that was cool when he was in the tank and there were those kind of full
You see like
page
the
spreads.
swirling water and
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
that was a real good use of the artist Vince Giorano's talent to kind of let his imagination let loose with the kind of psychedelic trippy stuff. I thought that was really really well done and kind of cool. It kind of gave a different side to Jean Paul's psyche, like what he was dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, this art style is very stylized. I like it because I remember it from like this point in history.
Mhm.
Like if it was on something else, like I think it works for a Batman book, but if he's drawn something else, I don't think I would like it. Like if this was Superman, I would not like it.
Exactly. It depends on the character. He did a couple of other things that were really good.
Yeah.
He did one one of my favorite comics actually is called Whisper.
Mm.
It was done in the 80s and early 90s by a company called First. And Norm Brayfogle actually did art for that. Started out in that, and then Vince Giorano came later on and did some art for that, and he was fantastic in that. But that was also about a street level vigilante character. So I think that his art style works really well for that type of character, that type of setting. And then after Batman, he went on to a reimagining of Manhunter with DC, a different version of Manhunter. Yeah, and I liked that too. That was also a kind of I wouldn't call him a vigilante, but more kind of street-based, kind of almost supernatural street-based character, and that was cool too.
But yeah, you mentioned one of our favorite pencilers, Norm Brayfogle. I ran into his artwork somewhere not too long ago. I hadn't read before. Will and I were doing some Spectre issues on our Green Lantern.
Oh yes,
Hal Jordan Spectre, written by James.
Yeah,
and Brayfogle takes over at a certain point. I was like, oh, I didn't.
That's right.
The undiscovered Brayfogle stories I'd never read before. I was like,
nice.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. I haven't read a bunch of those either, so I got to go back and.
I know. Well, that's what me and Will have been saying. We're like, neither one of us read it the first time around because we're like, we didn't know about it. Because if I knew if GMD Mateus was writing it, I would have picked it up. But I didn't even know because they really didn't promote that thing that well at the time. But no, we've been reading it, and because Will's favorite character is Hal Jordan. He's like, I didn't want to like it, but he read it, and of course, it's GMD Mateus. He loved it, and it's just
of course,
yeah. So we're just like discovering that for the first time.
Yeah, nice.
So good.
I love it. Yeah. That's a good series.
All right, so let's get to Batman Shadow of the Bat, number 20, November 1993. The Tallyman, Part 2. Same team.
And both of these covers are gorgeous too.
Oh yeah, because these are, I guess are these painted? I mean, they have like a painted look. Yeah.
It was Brian Stelfreeze did, I think, all the covers for Shadow of the Bat for a while.
Yeah, I was gonna say up to this point, and even
from
past
the beginning.
it seems like
for a while, and a couple of my issues of those have posters of his covers, and I love those because he's so good.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Shadow of the Bat might have had painted covers to like.
It was for quite a while.
Yeah, I'd say at least until like maybe 0 Hour or something.
That sounds about right.
Might be around issue 30 or so, something that was around there. But yeah, so yeah. I was just there. All right. Batman is put off balance by an attack from the Tallyman, and he falls from the rooftop, gripping into the side of the building with his gauntlets, despite the pain of doing so, and dangling there above the ground. I know. What kind of rounds is Tallyman firing, man? He put one right through like that big shoulder pad.
I know. Yeah.
Like...
Has he got adamantium bullets in there or something?
I'm like, they at least got to be Teflon coated because I mean, right through that big, huge golden shoulder pad.
Yeah, that armored shoulder pad went right through it.
The Tallyman believes he has killed the Batman and falls into a reverie. As a boy, his mother and sister lived with him in squalor. Every Friday, a man would come demanding money from them, despite the fact that they could barely survive on welfare checks. His remembering is interrupted when Batman pulls himself up and fires a series of shuriken at his attacker. Batman releases a phosphor flare, blinding the Tallyman, and demands to know why he's been targeted. The Tallyman responds that Batman helped the Mahoons set up Joey Buto's murder. Jean-Paul realizes he's being targeted for a misinterpretation of Bruce Wayne's own involvement in the murder. The blinding flash of the phosphor flare prompts another flashback for the Tallyman, in which his mother persisted in paying off his father's debt to a man who abused her. One day, when the collector beats his mother before his eyes, he becomes enraged and beats the man to death with a fire poker. He had been put in a facility for boys who commit violent crimes, where he was faced with further abuse. When he was finally released, he returned home to find his mother had hung herself and his sister had died of starvation, a discovery which pushed him over the edge of sanity. Okay, I guess maybe because they were poor and they couldn't get good legal representation. But I'm like, why did they lock him up? Couldn't they make a case for like, he's protecting his mother? He thought his mother
self-defense or exactly. Yeah, even in Gotham, there's got to be some tin pot lawyer that's worth their salt that could have gotten him off, or could have gotten him at least a lighter sentence.
Yeah, it seems like an open and shut case.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jean-Paul reflects on the fact that he has no idea who he really is inside. He knows he is not the Batman that Tallyman seeks. As he gets the upper hand, the pain and injury of his earlier fall suddenly catches up with him, and he collapses on top of the Tallyman. In a state of unconsciousness, Sean Paul has a vision of his father telling him that he is Azrael, the angel of vengeance, and that he is not meant to die. Waking from his vision, Batman wraps his grapple around a beam supporting a water reservoir and washing he and Tallyman off the roof of the building. Finally, the system takes control of Jean Paul, and he beats the Tallyman within an inch of his life, screaming that he is not the Batman, he is Azrael, the harbinger of death. Just as he is about to make the killing blow, he stops himself, declaring that he is not a killer and that no matter what happens, he won't kill. Looking down on the Tallyman's body, he realizes that he was much closer than he thought to bringing death. After Batman staggers away, Bullock and Kitch arrive, answering a call
Oh,
from
Kitch.
Yes. Upon discovering the Tallyman broken and battered but still alive, they are horrified by how violent the Batman has become. Jean-Paul limps back to the Batmobile with even more questions as to who or what he really is. And they don't show the injuries, but like when he comes back and he's fighting Dick Grayson, they show why he's all mad, because I guess Jean-Paul took those claws and like carved like a bat symbol into his chest.
Yeah, he raked him.
At least, yeah.
Yeah, started slashing with those long claws. Yeah, and as he's in his like hallucinogenic state, something about you can hear the sound of claws slashing and fresh blood spurting. It's like, oh my.
Oh yeah, and when he fires that grapple and everything, and it's just like he raises an arm that should be useless.
It should be useless. Yeah.
So again, not a lot of meat on this, but I mean, I don't know. I think this two-parter, not a lot, but I think it seems like maybe we get a little more than we got with the Trigger twins.
I think so. We got a lot more of like Jean-Paul's inner psyche stuff.
Yes.
Like inner dialogue with the system, with the stuff with his dad, his dad's burning skull telling him to get up, you're not gonna die.
Which again,
that was important.
Yeah, which again will be a running theme throughout Nightfall, is like rotating visions of his father or Saint Dumbass. Yeah,
Saint Dumbass or both at the same time,
or yes, arguing. Yes.
That's when Jean-Paul really goes to crazy town. But yeah, this was also good because it showed that he's already really close to just losing it, because he's in that half-conscious state when the system takes over and starts slashing the Tallyman up with his claws, and this is really his only like second or third solo foray as Batman. So he's already super close to just losing it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm just looking at the bottom of this page where they list like all the issues of Nightfall, Knightquest, and Nights.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you could see that my whole screen there. That's the list of issues from everything from the beginning of Nightfall to the end of Night's End.
It's immense.
Kids, it's taken up my whole iPhone screen.
This was like a 2-year project, 2 or 3-year endeavor.
Oh yeah, because they were, after Death of Superman, they're like, yes, give us more.
Yeah, that worked really good. We want to do it again.
Again,
yeah, I like the colors in this too.
Oh yeah.
They really. I used to love Shadow of the Bat because they used that really nice paper.
Yes.
It was a different stock of paper, and it made the colors really, really vibrant and really pop off the page. And especially in this issue, like the flashbacks with Tallyman when he was a kid, they're all kind of like muted like purples and violets and stuff. Was Adrienne Roy? Yeah, she did a great job with the colors on this. It was fantastic.
Oh yeah. I'm pulling up this issue. Yeah, because there's a lot. Again, like I said, very stylized, but I did like this. I thought it fit in well with the gritty, especially much more violent Batman.
Yeah. Yeah, and I thought too, like if there were, because Shadow the Bat had a few different artists at this time. I think Brett Blevins was another one
Yeah.
that came maybe after this. And I thought, well, what if he had done this story instead of Vince Giorano on the art? How would that have worked? And I don't think it would have worked as well. I think for a character like the Tallyman, who's kind of bizarre and weird, it makes sense to have an artist that's kind of has a bizarre style to complement it.
And again, this, and then like the Trigger Twins, last month, and then
Mm,
we're gonna get Mikros and stuff. I think they wanted
mm,
him to like face like new villains before we get
yes.
to our buddies like the Joker and Mr. Freeze.
Yeah. Yeah, and I like that. It was cool that he had some new villains to fight right out of the gate. I thought that was smart.
I know. I mean, I wish they would have like maybe brought some of these villains over when he got his own series.
Mm,
At least Tallyman, maybe Mikros. Let's
yeah.
do it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I love the assassin.
Oh my god, Tallyman.
Abattoir.
Oh well, spoilers really couldn't bring him over. Oh
There could be another one though. You never know. Abattoir 2.
yes, exactly. But only in Gotham could you be like a hired assassin and wear like a top hat and a domino mask.
And you're right. What type of guns did he have? Because it, he really shot the hell out of Batman, and
I mean,
he never had to reload those things. They just had unlimited ammunition.
yeah, they don't look that huge. Well, a little. Well, it's the '90s. They look a little bit, but
Yeah, on the cover they look kind of like Uzis. Like
yeah, that's what I'm looking at the first like the first page of 20. They almost look like like a little larger Uzis or something.
yeah,
But look at that first page. Those clips are pretty long. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this again, pure '90s. This issue 20. Again, you get the flashbacks, but it's almost purely a punch 'em up.
Definitely. And I like Tallyman's origin too.
Yeah.
The mom owing the dude rent, and he starts beating her up, and then the kid goes crazy and gets a fire poker. That's definitely like Alan Grant, um, tragic villain backstory.
Oh yeah.
Classic Alan Grant backstory right there.
And especially this stuff works for Batman villains because it's like, oh yeah, Gotham has chewed up and spit out how many people.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you got to wonder how many hundreds of people had childhoods just like the Tallyman, if not more.
Yeah, because it's like if the Gotham water doesn't get you, the apathy and the violence will.
That's right. Yeah, if you don't have that one purpose fits all Gotham vaccine, if you either grow up in the city or move there, then you're going to be in trouble.
Exactly. But yeah, just the end is pretty cool. When you see those claws coming at Tallyman's face, and he's just, no, I'm not going to kill him. But
he almost does.
When you walk away, you just see the Tallyman laying there with blood just like running off him.
Yeah. What did he do to him? There's some great full page spreads in this one too. There's one, the one with his dad screaming at him, "On your feet, boy!" And then where the one just before that, when he comes out of the dirt or whatever that he was hiding in with that stick.
Oh yeah,
that he uses to beat the Tallyman within an inch of his life with. Yeah, I really like those full page spreads in this issue. They're really good.
Oh yeah, they're really setting up that system. Like when he's hanging there, and you see Jean Paul like it almost looks like he's staring at that claw. He's like,
yeah,
maybe it's the shock, maybe it's the the isolation tank, but it's like part of me could just sit back and watch the system work. Like it's driving my body. I really don't have to do nothing.
Yeah, that's kind of scary if you think about it. Yeah.
Well, that's what this system was. It was it was. You know what? We don't care how injured you are, or
it's an autopilot. It's a full autopilot.
No fear, no injury. Yeah, no.
The perfect assassin.
Oh yeah. Which is going to make the whole Mikros thing kind of interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they're kind of two peas of a pod.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, the Tally Man does come back. I mean, when you think about it, yes, we really never see Bruce Wayne with the Tally. Well, like, I mean, kind of, sort of, No Man's Land, not even much there.
Well,
But I'm just
yeah,
trying to
a
think.
little-
I'm like, does Tally Man? I guess he works better with like Jean Paul and
Mhm.
more than he would with Bruce Wayne, I guess.
Yeah, it would have been cool to see a story with the Bruce Batman and Tally Man, but maybe we'll eventually see that. Maybe they'll bring him back someday. Because it's a cool concept for a character, I thought.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it might be this artist too, but it seemed like I think he draws him the same way this guy draws the Joker with like the long nose and
Yeah, super long nose.
yeah,
Yeah.
with the chin and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I found interesting. It's like, oh, we're making him look like the Joker.
Yeah. But yeah, again, in this issue, he looks like that wacky tube guy that they
Yes.
used to sell used cars by the side of the road with the long flailing arms. For some reason, I just can't get that image out of my head whenever I see him in these two issues.
And again,
Just that long tube body, and it's so funny. He's 6'6". That's hilarious.
I know.
And 134 pounds. I love it.
And just the outfit, it just struck me as I mean, Alan Grant was British, right? I'm like,
Yeah,
does that costume almost look like some like old school like British lord or something? You know,
it does. Totally. Yeah,
which is
I love it though.
again, it's Gotham, but I'm just like, that's ridiculous.
Just another day in Gotham.
Yeah.
Guy walking around 6'6" with a top hat on and a couple of Uzis. Oh, just another day in Gotham. Nothing to see here.
I mean, I guess it's just the artist's art style too, but I mean, just it seems like what again? Maybe it's the thing he's wearing too, but it just almost looks like he bends in the weird positions. I'm surprised that Alan Grant was like, oh, he's a contortionist or he's like double jointed or something. Yeah, something.
6'6" and 134 pounds. That's so funny.
I know. It's basically like, yeah, he can sneak in the tight spots and kill you when you're not looking.
Yeah, he lives in the air ducts.
Oh yeah,
sneaking his way through the air ducts. He's the perfect assassin.
That's pretty much it. That's what I mean. The outfit makes him look like a snake. Again, 6'6", 134.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. He looks like a giant sentient tongue.
That is sentient tongue.
He does. A giant sentient tongue.
That's what we call the acid tongue.
That is sentient tongue.
I try to get him out of that chair for you, Noel. Okay.
I wonder if my wrist is ready for that. Lubricated eels are the best.
That's what it should have been, the lubricated eel. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that's what he was going for with his costume. I want to look like an eel.
Oh my god, that last page. Yeah, some of this is over stylized. Those giant fins on the back of the Batmobile.
Yeah, and even some of like the shoulder pads were enormous.
Oh yeah, when he shoots him through the shoulder, it looks like he's wearing like basketballs on his shoulder.
Yeah, Vince Giordano. Yeah, I think honestly his artwork was better in that other comic book that I mentioned, Whisper, and the Manhunter, the one that came after this. It may be because it's the Asbats suit. I think that when he did just regular Batman, it looked fine, but I think that.
Or maybe he just like perfected his technique over time, and this is like some of his first stuff. But yeah, those damn shoulder pads. I mean, I think those things were even bigger than the Jim Fallon Catwoman boobs, you know?
Those boobs scare me.
And that's saying a lot.
Uh-huh.
Those boobs scare me.
Talking about basketballs.
Those
You can
boobs
see
scare
those
me.
boobs from space. They were so big.
Yes, just the ideal equipment for a athletic, agile cat burglar.
Yeah, right. They're
Those
creeping
boobs scare
around
me.
on creeping around on rooftops and balconies with those things throwing her weight off.
Speaking of sneaking through ventilation shafts.
Those boobs scare me.
Well, after Jim Fallon left, she had a reduction because
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
you never see them look that big again.
Oh, we're gonna get to some Jim Fallon Catwoman in a couple months, kids, when she crosses over with Jean Paul.
Yes, that's true, and that's one of my favorites. Actually, I love that one.
Oh my god, that's the funniest. Jim Fallon basketball chest Catwoman and Jean Paul Valley's like, I can't get her out of my mind.
Yeah. Yeah, he becomes obsessed with her for a little while. I remember, yeah, I love the one with the Mike Manley artwork. I think that was
Yes.
a couple of the Batman issues where she gets on this boat and he tries to wrest the wheel of the boat away from her, and he's like, "You're the devil herself for making me want you." It's like, oh, geez,
Well, we're
Jean
throwing.
Paul.
I mean, I think he's a virgin at that point. We're throwing that Catwoman at him.
What are you guys doing? Might as well just throw him in a strip club while you're at it.
So I think he pretty much literally says, "Oh, why did Bruce Wayne let her run free? Was he obsessed with her too?"
Yeah. Does he have any pictures of her? Any scantily
Oh, he was
cut
looking.
pictures of her? I can.
He was looking. He was on that computer after he saw his season the first. That's what he was looking for.
You know he was. He was looking at all those encrypted files.
What's a while? What is this file?
Yeah. Oh, this one has. Oh,
No,
this one has
no,
a super small thumbnail. I think I know what this one is.
Oh, wait. What is this file? The file name is.
Superior puss.
I wonder if my wrist is ready for that.
See, kid. Now we get to the portion of our show where I try to just knock him out of that chair.
Trying to donkey punch me now, bitch.
Yeah, that's definitely the title of that folder, Superior Puss.
Yes.
Yeah. And Jean Paul went right for that. He's like, yeah, that's the one I want.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that this year, kids. Don't worry.
I want everything that Bruce had, including the women.
Whoa.
Gave up to me. Coming out of the bush.
Couple of balls down the gob.
Oh.
Couple of balls down the gob. Gobble gobble.
I did like this story better than the previous one that we covered.
The
Trigger Twins. Yeah, I just couldn't get into the Trigger Twins as believable villains, even in Gotham City. I just couldn't.
Yeah, the Tally Man is a Gotham villain.
Definitely.
Yeah. And again, I think we get more in these 2 issues than we got in those 3 of Detective.
I think you're right. Yeah.
I can see. All right, so if Noel listens to this, he'll be like, "Yes, bash Chuck Dixon's boy."
Oh, I love it.
Chuck Dixon's a hack. Yes.
He's rubbing his hands together as we speak.
Well, I hope it's his hands.
It's not just for boys.
I hope it's just his hands.
You know how duck penises work, right?
That's right. Noel Tate from Trapped in the World, the Howard and Duck podcast. Proud member of the collective.
Proud member of the collective.
We're all proud members of the collective.
That's right. Yeah, I liked these issues. It was good to go back to these. It's been a long time since I read these, and I forgot how much I enjoyed them.
Yeah, every couple of years when I come back to read these, I'm like, oh, I forgot how weird the tally man is. You know? And again, it's the art style, but look how skinny those arms look. You
I
know?
know. It's like they're like little twigs coming off this tube body.
I mean, maybe the whole body looks like that. Maybe it's just the outfit that makes his middle look. I mean, again, the middle don't look that big either, but it's
134 pounds. How can he even lift those two machine guns? He must have no upper body strength whatsoever.
Well, Gene Paul says beneath his clothing, his muscles are ripcord. This man has-
Ripcord.
So there's no ounce of muscle. There's no ounce of fat on it. It's all muscle.
That's right. Wow.
Because when he says that, it looks like he like punches Jean Paul away, and it's just like, yeah, again, the arm looked like a twig. It's like,
Little
really?
twig arms. Yeah. It's like the scarecrow punching him. It's like, what's that going to do?
Even if Jean Paul had like a glass jaw, I'm like, how much does that armor weigh?
Just those shoulder pads alone have both got to be like 100 pounds each.
Because if he knocks him over, it's one thing, but it looks like he like knocks him off. I mean, they're on a roof. Looks like he like goes flying off.
Sent
the
him
roof.
flying, yeah. That's what I mean. 134 pounds, man. It's got to be some Gotham strength there.
Oh yeah, he was drinking some of that Gotham water as a kid.
That's right. Yeah, and plus all the times that he practiced with that fire poker.
Oh,
he got really good after that.
Well, again, he then he goes to prison after he kills that guy. So
Right.
it's the 90s. Him, Bane, all the villains start getting the same origin. I went to prison and I
I
worked
went
out.
to prison. That's right. We had nothing to do but work out.
And curse the Batman's name.
Yeah.
Everyone's an orphan in Gotham.
And the sister too, dying of starvation. It's like it showed her like dead at the feet of the mother that was hanging. It's like nobody ever thought to get this kid out of there and like get her some food, get her a Twinkie or something.
I know. Again, I guess it's Gotham. Nobody
Yeah.
cared or.
That's true. So
Nobody
social workers are in short supply in Gotham City.
I know. Wouldn't you keep an eye on that mother, especially after the son killed somebody?
Yeah,
Again, it's kind of like
people
self-defense.
checking in.
Yeah.
People checking in on you.
I mean, if you blame them enough to send the boy to jail, I'm like, wouldn't you, at least keep an eye on the girl?
Yeah. No, just let her starve to death, apparently.
Well, Gotham doesn't have any EPA or FEMA, so I would assume they don't have like child protective services.
Yeah. The funding ran out.
We don't have time to check on your daughter. That crazy lunatic in a cape is using children as human shields.
That's right. Dressing them up in trunks in the middle of winter.
Lil's favorite joke: why does Batman wear blacks? He doesn't want to get shot. Why does Robin wear bright colors? Because Batman doesn't want to get shot. Right, kids.
I'm just saying he put bright yellow on Stephanie Brown's costume. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, or even a spoiler. She's wearing purple. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne's wearing the darkest colors, man. All them, all those youngsters are in the bright colors.
Yeah.
You know where to put those bullets.
Kate Kane was the first one that wised up to it. She's like, I know what you're doing. No, I'm going with black and red. Thank you very much.
Heck yeah. Gotham City.
It's all rape and murder, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, remember, Gotham citizens, get your vaccine. If you move to the city or if you're born there, get that all-in-one vaccine. Just for the sake of it. Think of the future.
It's like combination penicillin, rabies shot, tetanus,
tuberculosis,
the flu. Yeah, all of it. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
Joker venom.
Joker venom. What was the stuff from Contagion? What was that stuff?
Oh, I forget. Yeah.
What
Yes,
was that?
chemical warfare.
Yeah.
Scarecrow Fear Toxin.
Scarecrow Fear Toxin. Yeah.
What else can we protect you? If there was a shot against bullets, we would recommend it, but
Don't pull it out unless you're going to use it. That's true for guns and penises.
Absolutely.
I know. Anytime I play it anymore, I just hear you co-signing that. Yeah. Like,
words of wisdom.
Spread it.
Spread the good word.
Spread it.
Spread them out.
Good for that release. How hard is it? Good and wet. Bigger is better. We were busy boning. That's a handful. That's a mouthful.
I don't know. She'd be like, "Why do you play all those sexual drops?" I'm like, "What's all you ever say?"
Why not?
Well, if you didn't say it, I wouldn't have all these drops.
Yeah, got a whole folder of them.
It doesn't feel right, bro.
I love it. Those are the best drops.
All right. So, anything else, Justin?
No, I think that pretty much covers the tally, man. I wish that he had appeared more. I'm kind of bummed that he only appeared in this story and Prodigal, because I feel like he was a cool character and he should have gotten at least a couple more stories. Maybe one where he actually meets the Bruce Batman for the first time.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, I wonder if it's just a case of, just like a certain writer writes a character and like not a lot of people pick him up, because again, it sounds like he appeared 4 times and at least half of those were, I think, Alan Grant. So
right, I think that's exactly it. Because I mean, how many times did you see Anarchy appear that weren't written by Alan Grant?
Yeah, it took a long time.
Right. So I think it's exactly that situation. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forget how many decades it took before anyone besides James D. Mateus wrote Vermin.
Yes, that's true too. Yeah.
Or Turner D. Century.
Turner D. Century. Turner D. Century. I love it.
All right, kids. So, yes, next month. All right, we talked about it in great detail already, but yes, next month we're going to be covering Batman 501 and 502. That's Mikros is coming to town, baby.
Mikros, the assassin.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites of Knightquest. I love that one.
Yes, going to be getting. But yes, but earlier in the February, we'll be talking. Well, week 1, maybe I'll throw a comic in here, but right now for week 1, I have Lilith and I are going to cover the Batman the Animated Series episode Vendetta, the first appearance of Killer Croc on the animated series.
Ooh, nice.
Yes.
Good one.
I'm going to throw an old Croc comic on there. And then the week after, we will cover Batman 471, a Croc appearance, and then Batman 521 and 522. So, yes, February is full of Croc, so.
Did they ever do one of those year 1 things for Killer Croc?
No, because we've been doing those this month. Like we did a Catwoman one, a Man-Bat one, and then Poison Ivy. Yeah, I don't think they did a Croc one Croc one.
I couldn't remember if there was one or not.
But I'll have to take a look, because we like the last couple episodes we've been doing like an animated series and that.
Yeah,
you say
and then the year 1 annuals. Yeah, because there was that one year where they just did all the annuals were year 1 stories, and those were great. I loved those.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if they ever did a Killer Croc Elseworlds.
I don't know. Yeah, that's the weird thing, because like they did a Croc miniseries like a few years ago, within the last like 2-3 years. Like that's what Lilith and I were talking about it, but it's like it was so weird because they're kind of hinting that maybe his mother was like a space alien.
Yeah, I remember you guys talking about that. Yeah, and I thought that was so strange.
Yeah, because any other time, I think they're just like, oh, it's a skin condition.
Yeah. Yeah, or he didn't get the Gotham vaccine. See, yeah, folks, that's what happens to you if you don't get the vaccine in Gotham. You turn into something like Killer Croc.
Oh,
or Clayface.
or maybe he got that vaccine, maybe that's what turned him into Killer Crow. And no, Russell, that's not you. Settle down.
Wild like an animal.
Wow, like an animal.
Where's the Joker nuggets?
Here, I'll play a song that just Russell sent in about Ray long ago.
Oh, yes.
Sausage Man. Sausage Man.
Love that one.
No. Love you, Russell.
No,
Love
I
you, Russell.
admitted that, you dick.
All right. See, this is the wrong audience for me because I just love making Justin laugh. So I just keep hitting buttons. Especially the Lilith drops. Everyone loves the Lilith drops.
Oh, yes.
Gimme. I'm thirsty for it, bro. Be gentle with me. Eyeballs and penises.
Yeah, you guys let me know when you want me to come on Salty and Petty as well to talk about the biscuit list.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, we're going to have a bunch of, we want to get you on, talk some music. Yeah, we've been kind of like getting into the groove, figuring out what it is, just the two of us. But we're going to have,
that'll be
we're
fun.
starting fighting everyone on. Yeah.
Scream it!
That's still my favorite.
Scream it! Oh! Gobble gobble. Hello, Megan.
All right. Oh.
Caring for another human being that isn't myself.
Forgot about that one. That's okay.
Not quite soft and not quite hard. I'm too drunk for this. Horny and angry.
All right, enough about her. She'll be back next week. All right, kids. So send us your thoughts. Send us your thoughts. Next week, Lilith and I will cover Vendetta from Batman the Animated Series. Lots of croc coming. And then in 1 month, Justin is back for Micros. So Batman 501, 502. Send us your thoughts. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can follow We Are the Night, the Batman podcast. Just like Ray on Facebook, on Twitter. Follow Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks on Instagram, Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network on Hive. Follow the YouTube channel. We've surpassed 269. Get us to 369.
Yes. 369 is the new goal.
Oh, yeah. We said one of our ultimate goals. I told her, I said, we got to get to 69.
669. Yes.
Or no, 69. 69.
Oh, 69. Oh, yes.
I mean, 669 would be great, and 699 would be great. But 69.
Yeah. That'd be fantastic.
Get our dark mistress Lilith Hellfire to full evil power.
That's right.
And you can help her, dominate the planet. Smash that subscribe button on YouTube.
Smash it.
And again, the Patreon, because once again, we're paying for this out of our own pockets. Every little bit helps, but $3 to $5 gets you early access to creator interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats.
I got the good mic out for you guys.
New one up now, so join our friend Justin here in the Patreon Elite.
That's right. Join me in the Elite. You get all the good perks. I love the Chichester chats. I'm going to listen to the new one tonight.
Yay! And again, of course, all the old content, superhero movie brackets, and we have a couple other movie reviews up there. But new stuff is coming, including some suggestions from Justin himself, because if you are a patron in 2023, you get the request episodes. So that's worth the price of admission alone. Tell Lilith Hellfire what to do.
And you guys are having a little Q&A session coming
Oh
up.
yes, her and
Yeah.
I. Yes, January episode. This, that, or what is it? This, that, or something else? Yeah. Oh my God, I'm going to be like, what do I want to ask her?
I got to send in some questions for you guys too. I've been thinking of up a little list of those.
Oh, send me some. Oh, you know what? You need to send in list of biscuits and be like, this one,
Oh yes,
this one, or this one. Oh,
yes. Judge the biscuits. I'll have to work on a separate list just for that.
it's gonna be hard too because I know a lot of her answer. What her answer is gonna be because it'll be like, oh, good man or good meal, and I know she's gonna be like, oh, good meal. All right. See, kids, that's worth the price of admission alone.
That's
And of
right.
course, pick yourself up some Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks merch. Find it all at Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. All right. Just as Justin said before, he joins me here at the end of every month. He joins me on Marvel Tales Weekly over on Capes and Lunatics.
Yeah.
And of course, he does at least two other podcasts. And what are those, Justin?
Gamma Charge, the strongest podcast there is, where twice a month Russell and Carl and I talk about everything to do with the Hulk. We just dropped a new episode about World War Hulk, which is awesome, so go check that out. And we also co-host with our good pal, the aforementioned Sausage King Ray. We have a Predator and Prey, a Yahucha podcast, where we talk about everything to do with the Predator, comics, films, movies, books, just anything to do with the Predator, even action figures, all of it. Anything to do with the Predator we talk about. And lastly, but certainly not least, Tomes of Evil, a comic book supervillain podcast, has been on hiatus for a few months, but Russell and I are returning with that soon, with our next monthly spotlight coming up. Hopefully, I think by the time that this episode comes out, that should be unleashed.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to get a hold of Ray. We're gonna have to do Batman versus Predator crossover at some point.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, we've already discussed. He actually has a couple of the volumes of the Predator, Batman versus Predator collections, the trade paperbacks. So he's got them in his possession. He actually owns them.
I'm gonna have to warm up my finger for that.
Batman, my favorite character.
Yeah. I think by the time that episode is finished, you'll have a whole new set of drops.
Oh, yeah.
Into the Dark Knight, all to do with Batman.
I love Batman.
My favorite
Batman.
character.
Batman, my favorite character.
That should be an April Fool's. I'll just sit here for an hour and hit that. Hit those buttons.
Batman, my favorite character.
Oh. It's the thing. You could play like the most embarrassing drops. He doesn't care, but when you hit that, he just gets like,
yeah. His ears start burning all those miles away.
I
Like,
love
I know
that.
they're playing that drop right now. Like I know they're playing that drop.
Oh yeah. All right. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Justin, once again.
Thank you. Super fun as always.
Thank you, Lilith and Ray, for being such good sports. And again, yes, Lilith will be back next week. We'll start our run on Killer Croc. And then Justin will be back in 1 month for Batman 501 and 502. When a brainwashed assassin fights a brainwashed assassin.
The Manchurian Candidate *2.
Spy versus spy. Got a couple gangsters caught in the middle.
Yeah. Just for good measure.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Sorry, kids. So, yeah, send in your thoughts on all this stuff.
Yes. Send in your thoughts on the Tally Man, too.
Yeah,
if
it's after the fact, we'll read it.
Yeah.
And again, be like Ray. Join us same bat time.
Same matchup.
Yes, we're the night.
The Batman Podcast.
Not to be confused with Moon Knight.